Hi, my name is Gary Warren, Woodstock Brit, and today in this show we're going to be doing the Music Roulette Shuffle. Now what it is, this game, is quite simply, remember back in the day when we had iPods? So you'd have all your music on an iPod and you'd play it in a shuffle form. Well, I've got exactly the same on my phone these days, and I've got 2,771 songs, tracks, whatever you want to call them, snippets of things as well. Just things I really like, songs I've always liked all my life, plus things I've discovered along the way, and just generally stuff that I really like. And I've put it on my phone, and occasionally I listen to it all in a sort of shuffle format. And the weird thing is, whatever mood I'm in, the songs seem to fit the mood, and they find their way into a certain sort of pattern, even though obviously they're on a shuffle form. And I'm going to try to do that here today with this show. So I'm going to play everything I've got in a shuffle form, so I don't know what's coming up, and neither do you, obviously. So we'll start with whatever comes up first, and we'll have a little chat about it after the song finishes.
Autumn's really here, now you can feel it in the air. Birds are gathering all along the telephone wires. It's almost time for eider-downs. Velvet curtains and roaring fires. They're burning leaves in the park today. New smoke's blowing everywhere. We saw a gray squirrel carrying nuts, and our dog's growing extra hair, because autumn's really here, now you can feel it in the air. Birds are gathering all along the telephone wires. It's almost time for velvet curtains and roaring fires. The sun's still warm, but it's not so bright. The days are shorter than they were. We saw a tortoise settling down to sleep, and our cat's growing extra fur, because autumn's really here, now you can feel it in the air. Birds are gathering all along the telephone wires. It's almost time for eider-downs. Velvet curtains and roaring fires. There's homemade jam cooling in the jars. The apple loft is lined with hay. We saw a mouse creep into our cellar for warmth, and we wore extra clothes today, because autumn's really here, now you can feel it in the air. Birds are gathering all along the telephone wires. It's almost time for eider-downs. Velvet curtains and roaring fires, because autumn's really here, now you can feel it in the air.
Gosh, I hope you trust me. I really didn't plan that. We are in autumn, fall over here, and that song is the first thing that came up. That is unbelievable. And it's got a really weird history. There was a kids' TV show in the UK called Rainbow, which was, I think, originally conceived as the British equivalent of Sesame Street. And the songs, of which that was one, were by a group called Telltale. Autumn's really here. Isn't that weird? Gosh, I wonder what's going to come up next.
This morning I was in LA and I did some tape overdubs for this flick that I was in last fall. It's about drag racing. It was really a weird experience to make that film. It's going to be even weirder to see it. I don't think I'll go to it. But at any rate, it really had the effect of just totally putting myself in someone else's hands to be worked with, you know, and just rendering up all control. And I wrote this song, kind of about that, I guess. We are riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song, and we've been standing down by the crossroads. Take your side and step along now. We are sailing away on a river to the sea, and maybe you and me can meet again. But we've been riding up on a railroad, singing someone else's song. Sing along. Time to time I tire of the life that I've been leading, town to town and day by day. There's a man up here, he claims to have his hands upon the reins. Well, there are chains upon his hands, and the man's been riding upon a train. Oh Lord, we've been riding up on a railroad, singing someone else's song. Forever standing down by the crossroads. Take your side and step along. We are sailing away on a river to the sea, and maybe you and me can meet again. We've been riding upon a railroad, singing someone else's song. La 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 la, singing someone else's song.
See what I mean by synchronicity? I never play this for anyone. No one but me listens to it, but this time you're listening to it, and James Taylor was explaining to you where the song came from. It's from his Mudslide Slim album, and that's a live version, and he's talking about the movie Two Lane Blacktop that he was in 1971. He explained everything about it to you, so I don't need to, and that was a live version. That's just absolutely incredible. Let's see what comes up next.
Just in case you didn't catch it, this is the Beatles and The Night Before.
We said our goodbye the night before. Love was in your eyes the night before. Now today I find you have changed your mind. Treat me like you did the night before. Were you telling lies the night before? Was I so
Obviously the Beatles there, The Night Before. I was just checking on my shuffle here, and I've got 8 Beatles songs on there out of 2,771 songs. Now, I am a massive Beatles fan, but clearly I selected only my favourite Beatles songs to put on my shuffle. The Night Before was from Help. It was the second song on the album. It was in the film, and apparently the band mimed to it in the film on Salisbury Plain. The Night Before by the Beatles. Let's see what we got next.
Trees and with the ease of summer's breeze, she is leaving. Gone and left me alone, she's heading home. The walls are stone for no good reason. And not a word to anyone. She's like a bird with tail of setting sun. Peacock lady, roll me over, hold me softly, be my lover. Sweet song, held her by the wing, I heard her sing, she made it ring, but that was all wrong. A little girl is somewhere playing, and she must fly. Be staying, peacock lady, you're all around me, let me inside, soft surround me, peacock lady.
In show number 4, I did an Alan Peter Cooper-Schmidt primer, which means Al Cooper was featured, and I've got 21 of his songs on my 2,771 track shuffle. So, yeah, percentage-wise, yeah, there's a chance that Al Cooper would come up. There's a chance he might come up again. That was from an album of his from 1973 called Naked Songs. Actually, it's not one of his best, but there are some really good tracks on it. Let's be fair. And also, let's have another go at this shuffle malarkey.
Fancy cars and diamond rings, I seen all kinds of shiny things. I should be feeling like a king, but Lord, I don't. Sleepy town so full of users, make a million, still a loser. Some will bet on you to win, most hope you won't. Living wild, ain't no mercy being free. When it brings you to your knees, can't keep lying. I see the road now, I know just what I need to find my way back to Tennessee. I'm going home now to southern air so sweet, and find my way back to Tennessee. I was only 17, I left behind my beauty queen. I turned my back on everything and everyone. Rooms with lots of pretty faces, still don't fill the empty spaces. Wondering where amazing grace is, there is none, no. Now I know there's no comfort in this world. God, I miss that hometown girl, wanna hold her. I'm on the road now, I know just what I need to find my way back to Tennessee. I'm coming home now to southern air so sweet, and find my way back to Tennessee. All this time I was chasing after dreams. It was right in front of me, I was lost without her. I'm on the road now, I know just what I need to find my way back to Tennessee. I'm coming home now to southern air so sweet, and find my way back to you and me. Find my way back to Tennessee.
Miley's daddy, Billy Ray Cyrus, with Back to Tennessee from 2009. I've got two Billy Ray Cyrus songs on my shuffle. I'm a selective country fan. I love country music, but I'm very selective. Billy Ray qualified for 2 tracks on there. A band called Midland, who I absolutely adore, are on there, and it would be amazing if one of their tracks came up after speaking about them now. You'd certainly say this was fixed. I swear it isn't. I went through a Garth Brooks phase in the 90s because I think he's amazing. He's the only person, it seems, that won't allow his music to be on Spotify or anything. He's a bit weird in that way, but I love his music. I love his songs. I like the sentimentality of them because I'm a bit sentimental as well sometimes. I wonder if a sentimental song will come up next. A 1970, very rare these days, single by Junior Walker and the All-Stars called I Don't Want to Do Wrong. Was that sentimental? I guess it was really in a way, wasn't it? So this shuffle thing is really working for me. Okay, let's see what's next.
You're so entertaining and amusing. And God knows everybody loves a clown. Boredom wails, you can't refuse him. Oh, Pierrot, where do you go when you come down? Stars shot across the sky and smile, then vanished in a tear. Oh, you're a space clown. When you laugh, you bring the house down. When you smile, you bring the walls down. You're a space clown. 'Cause when you cry, bring the sky down. A star shot across the sky and smiled, then vanished in a tear. You're a space clown. When you laugh, you bring the house down. When you smile, you bring the walls down. 'Cause when you cry, you bring the sky down.
That was Jobriath with Space Clown. He was a David Bowie wannabe, and that album came out in 1973. Self-titled album Jobriath. He wasn't very successful. I think the record company pumped a lot of money into him because, of course, Ziggy Stardust had come out a year before and they were jumping on the bandwagon. Jobriath didn't really make it. It's a good album though, and that's a very good track. Sadly, Jobriath died of AIDS in 1981, but I think that album's still worth a listen. Let's see what we got next.
Tennessee, sour mash, whiskey on my breath. Rosalie, Susie, and Lucy on my mind. I drove my old car down the dusty streets of this old border town, but I never thought I'd get stuck here such a long, long time. I got $1 million bill, they can't change it. They won't let me leave until my tab is paid. So I might as well settle down, yes, and buy the house and another round. Send my mail to the Rosarita Beach Cafe. It was one of those hot, dry, dime a dozen Mexicali days when I fell through the door of the Rosarita Beach Cafe, and I got myself a table with a view of the breakers in the bay, and another cold Dos Equis on the way. I got $1 million bill, they can't change it. They won't let me leave until to the Rosarita Beach Cafe. Well, I soon fell in with thugs and thieves and gamblers from the beach, and the devil himself suggested an all-night game. But the night winds came along like some dark-eyed senorita song, blew my straight flush out across the waves. I got $1 million here and they can't change it. They won't let me leave until my tab is paid. So I might as well settle down, yes, and buy the house another round. Send my mail to the Rosarita Beach Cafe.
Rosarita Beach Cafe by Warren Zevon, who died in 2003. That was from an album called Preludes, Rare and Unreleased Recordings. So that was kind of just a demo. I'm a massive Warren Zevon fan. His best album, I think, is called Excitable Boy, with the hit Werewolves of London on it. But that album shouldn't be judged just by that song. Every single track on that album is absolutely brilliant. Maybe one day I'll do a show where I cover albums where absolutely every single track is amazing without exception. So kind of the Beatles don't always cut it, because Yellow Submarine wasn't a particularly good song. Maybe Octopus's Garden wasn't a very good song either. So maybe I'll think about that and do that one day. Let's see what we have next.
Dig this. Sure pick fine. I'm a super side man. Let me tell you about it, boys. Now some call me chief and some call me stud. Some call me hoss, but I'll tell you, bud, I'll play fish if you can give me a scale. Well, I've played every town that you can name. Probably quite a few you can't. I play guitar and bass and drums, and I tote my own mics. I got 48 outfits and a dozen hats. Drive my own bus, and if you can dig that, got my number on the wall of Tootsie's by the blue ribbon sign. Now if you got a big record and you're booking yourself, you don't need to hire nobody else. I play like a six-piece band and I sure sound fine. Well, I'm a super side man, that's what I am. Just call on me to back you up if you're looking for a band. Don't care if the gig is near or far, I'll even let you sleep while I drive the car. Super side man of what I are. Now with all the women, I come on strong. Can't find what I need to bring it along. Take Ruth, Mary, and Sally, and sometimes Sue. Now don't ever worry about you staying in shape. I got these little things here that I take. Get me to playing licks I never thought that I ever knew. Well, I'm a super side man, that's what I am. Just call on me to back you up if you're looking for a band. Don't care if the gig is near or far, I'll even let you sleep while I drive the car. Super side man of what I are. I got a sheet of references a half a mile long, played with Hank and Ernest and old Stonewall. Had to cool it a little to keep from stealing the show. So just try me out for a one-night stand. You'll soon realize that I'm your man. No brag, just facts, it's the same everywhere I go. Well, I'm a super side man. That's what I am. Just call on me to back you up if you're looking for a band. Don't care if the gig is near or far. I'll even let you sleep while I drive the car. Super side man, what I are. Yeah, like what you hear, don't you? Yeah, tempting. Oh, I'll take you on out to L.A., boy. Yeah, and turn around and drive you right on back to Nashville. Yeah, we booked out of there, that's right. Ha-ha. Hey, I even do that vocal background for you, too. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
That there is Kenny Price with a song called Super Sideman, which comes from the album Super Sideman. Came out in 1972, he said, reverting back to his English voice. That's a self-explanatory song, if ever I heard one. Really good. I liked it. That's why I stuck it on my 2,771 track shuffle. Let's see what's next.
My mom and I will live alone. A grand apartment is our home. In a fair home towers, I have to keep me company. 2 cats, a dog, a parakeet, some plants and flowers. I help my mother with the chores. I wash, she dries, I do the floors. We work together. I shop and cook and sew a bit. Though mom does too, I must admit, I do it better. At night I work in a strange bar, impersonating every star. I'm quite deceiving. The customers come in with doubt and wonder what I'm all about. But live believing, I do a very special show where I am nude from head to toe. After stripteasing, each night the men look so surprised. I change my sex before their eyes. Tell me if you can, what makes a man a man? Around 3 o'clock or so I meet with friends to have a bite to eat, and conversation. We talk and empty out our hearts on every subject from the arts to liberation. We love to pull apart someone and spread some gossip just for fun, or start a rumor. We let our hair down, so to speak, and mock ourselves with tongue and cheek, and inside humor. So many times we have to pay for having fun and being gay. It's not amusing. There's always those who spoil our games by finding fault and calling names, always accusing. They draw attention to themselves at the expense of someone else. It's so confusing. Yet they make fun of how I talk and imitate the way I walk. Tell me if you can, what makes a man a man? My masquerade comes to an end when I go home to bed again, alone and friendless. I close my eyes and think of him and fantasize what might have been. My dreams are endless. We love each other, but it seems the love lives only in my dreams. it's so one-sided. But in this life I must confess, the search for love and happiness is unrequited. I ask myself, what have I got, and what I am and what I'm not. What am I giving? But answers come from those who make the rules that some of us must break just to keep living. I know my life is not a crime, I'm just a victim of my time. I stand defenseless. Nobody has the right to be the judge of what is right for me. Tell me if you can, what makes a man a man?
Well, I know why I chose that to be one of my 2,771 songs. It's absolutely brilliant. Charles Aznavour wrote that in 1972. It was on his album The Old-Fashioned Way, which is the title of his most famous song, I guess. But if you actually go on YouTube and see him perform What Makes a Man, it's absolutely incredible. Well worth watching. Let's see what comes up next.
There's a new sensation, a fabulous creation, a danceable solution to teenage revolution. Do the strand love when you feel love. It's the new way, and that's why we say, do the strand. On the tables, Quackle's place or Mabel's, slow and gentle, sentimental, all styles served here. Louis says he prefer laissez-faire ground. Tired of the tango, fed up with fandango. Dance on moonbeams, slide on rainbow, in furs or blue jeans. You know what I mean. To the strand. Eskimos and Chinese. If you feel blue, look who's who. See like voodoo and Nijinsky.
waltz and mashed potato schmaltz. Rhododendron, it's a nice flower, evergreen it lasts forever, but it can't beat Strand Power. The Sphinx and Mona Lisa, Lolita and Ganita did the Strand.
No, you can't beat Strand Power. That was Roxy Music, the opening track from their 1973 album For Your Pleasure, which had Amanda Lear on the front cover. I think she was shagging Brian Ferry at the time. We won't go into that. Let's see what's next.
Dirty old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night? People so busy, make me feel dizzy, taxi lights shine so bright, but I don't need no friend, as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. The chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset time. Waterloo sunset time. Terry meets Julie, Waterloo Station, every Friday night. But I am so lazy, don't want to wander, I stay at home at night. But I don't feel afraid, as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. The chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo Underground. But Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. And they don't need no friends, as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise. Waterloo sunset's
We're not going to fall out, are we? So can we actually agree that that is the finest song that's ever been written about London? Yes, you got The Clash, London Calling, there's many others. I know you can come up with loads of different suggestions, but come on, let's just agree that Ray Davies wrote the most evocative, magical song about London, and it was called Waterloo Sunset.
With the green traffic light on the wet shiny street, looking like spilled creme de menthe. She stood framed by the night, a statue in white, outside the blazing casino And there stood I, the complete anti-hero. There stood I, brilliantly alone. In Beirut that night, gunshots cracked the heat, from Dan to Beersheba. With the passions running high, many men willing to die, now right across the Middle East. And she was born a child of the Medina, knowing well the back streets of the Lebanon. And Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut. From the burning hotels to the Christian citadels, or to the Palestinian line, we were hunted like beasts through the blood-hungry feast, and by the men from Damascus. And all I wanted was my 50,000. Got caught up in a tragic civil war, and I'd been shot in the arm by some jumpy gendarme, mistaken for a terrorist. And she ran to my side, shouting, God will provide. They gave me white Mercedes. I said, what has happened to my 50,000? She smiled in the back seat of this very car. And Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut. And Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut, crumbling stone by stone, Beirut. With a green traffic light on the wet shiny street, hair looking like spilled creme de mud, she stood framed by the night, a statue in white, outside the blazing casino. And there stood I, the complete anti-hero. There stood I, brilliantly alone.
We're not going to fall out, are we? We have to admit that is the finest song that's ever been written about Beirut. That was Peter Sarstedt in 1978.
Along the shore, boats lay rocking in the waves. Woman rocked the cradle. Soon the day of parting must come. All the women are weeping.
Who's that, you're thinking? Who's singing that? That's Ronnie Blakely from a 1972 album called Ronnie Blakely. She was an actress and a singer and songwriter, and she wrote that. That song was called Along the Shore. Ah, Ronnie Blakely. Google her if you haven't heard of her before. Synchronicitarily, I think that is a really good song to finish my shuffle show with. That's Tower of Power, 1973, from the album Bump City, What Happened to the World Today? Brass in rock and soul and funk. Tower of Power epitomizes that amazing sort of sound of the early 70s. A brilliant band that were also session musicians, appeared on many albums. Google them and listen to them. That's the whole point of all this. If I've turned you on to absolutely anything, my work here is done. Speak to you next week.